Good morning. I'm Kat, the dog trainer, and I'm here with Andrew and Heather and Tyson. Andrew and Heather were the winners of our video contest for our annual Royal Frenchel Day that we held in October, and the prize was half an hour free training, and so that's what we're going to be doing today. So the first thing that I would recommend in teaching your dog to come is there has to be a reward. And since you said he's very highly food motivated, that's what we're going to use this morning. And that's what you want to use continually every single time you call him to come.
Okay.
So you guys are going to have to get used to having treats in your pocket.
Okay.
Just carry them with you. And a tip, don't ever use the word come unless you're 100% sure he's going to come. Now, if he's over there and he's chewing on a shoe and you're on the phone or whatever, and you want him over here, you can use his name and beep, 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 anything but come. Because if he decides to continue chewing the shoe instead of coming, what you train him is, when I use the word come, at your discretion, you come. And so we don't want that. We want 100% every time you use the word come, we want him to come. So you're going to start out always on a leash. You always have to use the word come when you know he's going to come, otherwise just his name. And then you're not teaching him anything about come. You know, you're getting his attention, Tyson, and then you can, you know, beep, 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 whatever it takes to get him to move in that direction, but only use the word come. And when you're working with him, when you're actually training him on the come command, always have him on a leash.
Okay.
Because you're going to be able to, you know, if he's distracted and not interested in the come, you just give a little tug on the leash, and as he's moving towards you, you can say, come, and then it's rewarded with a treat.
Okay.
So the two main things that you want to remember is don't use the word come unless you know he's going to absolutely come, and the only way you know that is when he's on a leash and you're on the other end.
Yep.
And always reward, so have a treat. And do you know what his favorite treats are?
We have little training bites that we got from one of the food store or pet stores around here. That he likes those, but we usually use those. We like the small pellet kind too.
So here's another tip. Find out what your dog's favorite treat is,
Yeah.
because it may be a store-bought treat. Like my husky will train with kibble. Because he's just a food hound. He doesn't care what it is, just it's food, give it to me. So he'll train with kibble as easily as he'll train with, say, chicken. I use chicken a lot in my training for several reasons. It's healthy.
Yep.
It doesn't have any sodium. I cook my own chicken, and you know, I buy whole chickens, cut them up, and use them for treats. So healthy treats are really good. But you want to try a bunch of different treats to find out what is his favorite. Because the store-bought treat, that may be like number 10 on a list of 1 through 10. And when you're teaching him something new, you want the I call them the $1 million treat. You know, you want the chicken or the turkey or the roast beef, the leftover roast beef or whatever. You want a $1 million treat. As you train him, and you're going to phase out treats, you're going to go down lower in value. So, you know, at some point, probably not kibble. Good boy. Tyson, sit. Now, I use this because that has meaning to them, believe it or not. Stay. Good job. So I have him where he has very little choice other than to just stay there. I'm not backing away. So I'm teaching him stay. This chicken is in. He's a good boy.
Yeah.
He's a good boy. Good job. Stay. Good boy. There's a good boy. Now I'm going to take a step back. Because if I start way out over there, it's chances are he's going to come towards me because I have food.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, good job. Now what I'm doing is, I'm not using the word stay yet. I'm teaching him the behavior. I'm marking it. In other words, he doesn't know what I want of him. We know that I want him to stay there, and then eventually I'm going to come, ask him to call. He doesn't know that. And this gets him to just look at me. He doesn't know that this means stay and don't move yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just very slowly moving out, giving him a hand signal, and I mark the behavior that he's doing with good boy. In clicker training, that's where you would click,
Mm-hmm.
okay? So he's doing what I want, click, treat. Instead of the click, I use good boy, good job to mark the behavior. Because then you don't have to phase out the clicker. At some point you want to phase out the clicker, otherwise you're going to be walking around with a clicker on your hand for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So I mark the behavior. So any new things that you're teaching it, that's where you mark it. Okay, so I'm going to start, actually I want to start right about here for the come. Because what you want to always do is set up your dog for success. So if he's only got 2 inches or 3 inches to get to you, he's probably going to succeed in getting there.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to lure him with food. Come here, sweetie. Come here, Tyson. It's my boy. It's my boy. He says, I'm just going to lay down. This is long and involved. I don't want to lure him with food. He knows I have food, okay? So I'm not going to put it in front of, I'm not going to put it in front of his face and bring him to me. He knows where it is. He's going to watch my hand. Tyson, come. Good boy. So as he moves towards me, I reward him. And then what you're going to do is just keep taking 2 steps back. Tyson, come. As he's in motion towards you, you use the word come. And I use their name and then come, because as I told you, when you're not sure if they're going to come, I want him to relay his name. When he hears me say his name, I want him already on the way before he knows what else I want of him. So it's Tyson, come. But you give Tyson, and then as he starts moving towards you, is the word come.
Okay.
I'm going to take a step to the right here. See, he's already anticipating. Tyson, come. Good boy. Good boy. So what you're going to do is you're going to, little by little, extend the distance that you're asking until you get to the end of the leash, and then he hears something.
Yeah.
And then, come on, sweetie, come back here. Come on, sweetie. Oops. Did I tangle it? Did I tangle it in the leash? Until you get to the end of the leash, and then you can either get a longer leash, like they make 14. Sit. Okay, wait. 14 feet or whatever. But all of this you want to get off the leash and get behind a table or behind a wall and call him and have him come. To where 100% of the time, or at least 99.9, he is coming to you inside the house. Do not take him outside with distractions before you are 9 out of 10 times he comes in here under all conditions.
Okay.
Like one of you's working with him and the other one is, you know, beating a pot and pan, or you have dogs barking on the TV, or whatever distractions you can drum up in here you want to, and then you take him outside and you kind of start with the leash thing. You're not going to have to start, you know, 6 inches away, but it's a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
It really is new. They kind of go, oh, he wants me to come out here? That's why you want to do it in all areas of the house, because when you get him to come in here, when you take him into the bedroom and ask him to come, he's going to go, oh, okay, they want it in here. Every location is a new thing. It's a new conversation with him that says, yes, when I'm in the living room, I want you to come. When I'm in the kitchen, when I'm in the bedroom, when I'm in the hall, I want you to come. Now, so what you want to do is call his name as he
Tyson.
moves towards you. Say
Tyson.
come.
Tyson. Oh, come.
That's good. Take a big step backwards and do it again. Tyson, and then as he gets up to move,
Tyson.
say the word come.
Tyson. Tyson.
Just one Tyson. Bend over slightly.
Come. Good boy.
In order to encourage him to move, if you just bend slightly.
He'll start
Forward.
going. Sit. Tyson. Come.
Good.
Good boy.
So that's kind of what you're going to do all over the house, extend the distance. Do you want to
Mhm.
give it a try, Andrew?
Sure. Tyson, come. Good boy.
Okay, now get him to sit and take a couple steps backwards, so you've got like 3 feet between.
Tyson, come. Good boy.
So that's as easy as it is just having a reward for him, not using the word come until he's actually in motion on his way to you, extending the distance until it's 9 out of 10 times he comes while he's on the leash, then you drop the leash, and you guys can work together on this, you know.
Mhm.
Like have one of them, eventually what you're gonna do is you're gonna, you know, your wife will be here on the couch distracting him, you're gonna go hide and call him, and he's gonna find you. A little search thing, a game, and they
Mhm.
love it. It's a challenge, and they absolutely love it. So, that's come. Training should be fun for everybody, including him. Like lots of times in between treats, if he has a favorite toy or something in between treats, I'll make that the reward. You know, so when you're doing the come, you know, as you're using food treats, if his ball is like his big thing, he loves that. Let him, mess around with the ball for 3, 4, 5 seconds. You don't want to be throwing and having retrieve it. It's just, this is a toy. Toys work really well. Now, eventually, you're going to phase out the food. This is something I forget to tell people because I just know it, and I assume that they would know it. But eventually, you want to phase out food because you don't want to have to, carry food with you.
Right.
And what you replace it with is praise. So, a lot of people forget to praise their dog in just their daily life. Like if I say, Tyson, come here, sweetheart. Come here, sweetheart. Come on. Oh, that's such a good boy. I asked him something. He did it, and he gets a reward. And even if I'm asking him to get off the couch, when he gets off, even if it's with my help, like, because you said he doesn't know off. Tyson, off. Good job. Good job. He gets a reward. They get rewards for every single little thing that you ask of them. They deserve it. I mean, they're so willing to please, and it makes them so happy to know that they've pleased you, and the way they understand that they've pleased you is when you praise them. So you can't give a dog too much praise. You can praise at the wrong time. I mean, if he's barking, you know, and you don't want excessive barking, you don't want to go, good boy, good boy, good boy, oh, come here, good boy, no. So, you know, but they just deserve all the praise in the world. One of the things that I'd like to mention to everybody that watches this video is the most important thing that you can do for your dog is to establish a bond. And I'm talking a bond, I mean a heartfelt bond, where you look into their eyes and into their heart, into their soul, and let them do the same thing back to you. And in feeding them, I always do like a little ritual with the food with my dog as I run my hands through it so that my smell is on everything. And I kind of just take that moment to be grateful for my little dog and let that energy kind of pour over into the food. But I handle everything, even if it's, you know, chicken and rice and gooey and whatever. I get my hands in there, and it's just a little ritual of love that I take time to appreciate them and enhance the nourishment of that food, you know, to their body, because they're such, you know, just unbelievable, blessed little beings on this earth. So get a bond with your dog. Let it move into the food area, and enjoy them and love them. Footage of this little guy. And Tyson, come here. He says, I've had enough food, I've had enough, come here. I just think that you should be the last thing to be seen in this video. Just can you get a close up on this? Look at this face tool. This is so sweet. I love his face. I love his face.